Good morning, everyone. You will not believe what happened to me this morning. I come out of camp and Ribbon is literally sitting waiting for me at the camp entrance. Ah, I'm so glad I got to see her on my last day. This is my last sunrise safari. But of course, 2 minutes to go before going live, she naturally got up and moved. But I know where she's going, so I'm thinking that if we loop round, we can actually get to see her. So exciting. Good morning, everyone. My name is Lauren. Cameron is on camera. So confusing. Cameron, you know. But let's get moving. Let's see if we can catch up with her. She was literally sitting outside our camp, which is just... Oh, she only made me wait, what, a month? 5 weeks? Thanks, Ribbon, but that's okay. I know she was seen on the dam cam last night, but I didn't expect her to be waiting outside camp. So it's an exciting day all round. It is the start of our Lion Fest. So we will be celebrating all the lions that we know around here. We'll be tracking them, we'll be trying to find them, and basically talking all about lions. I'm very excited for that. And of course, it's not just me who's out and about today. Cedric is already out and he's already on the tail of some lion tracks. We have James down in Madikwe, and we also have Chris over in Pridelands. Hello, Ribbon. Oh, I missed you. I really have. And everyone, don't forget this safari is completely live and interactive. You absolutely must talk to us. We want to hear from you. So please head over to the website, and as long as you've registered, you can ask your questions there. You can watch on the app, but you need to be registered on the website to talk to us. And of course, we don't have to talk about general stuff. We can spend the whole day talking about lions. Even if we've got no animals and we're bumbling around, we can talk all about lions. I really thought I was going to leave and not see Ribbon. Alpha, me too. I think it's going to be wonderful. I can smell it in the air. It's not so cold this morning, but Cameron will obviously have to continue wiping the lanes. At this time in the morning, the camera gets very foggy, so excuse that. But it's really not that cold. I'm just wearing 2 layers, not 3. I'm just going to see where they're going. I mean, we don't generally tend to sort of follow or off-road for hyenas, but let's just see where they're heading and what they're up to. And as I do that, let's take a look at the weather across all locations.
Yeah, well, it is not so bad this morning. Can you believe it? I'll go and put on a long pants for this morning, thinking that it is going to be much colder, but it seems like it is a nice warm day around here at, of course, Djuma Private Game Reserve here, and of course, the world-renowned Sabi Sands, South Africa. Good morning, everybody. My name is Cedric, and behind the camera with me here on Rusty, we've got Gert. Thanks for joining. Yes, it is World Lions Day, so I am following up on the lions. So this is the first things first. What do we do? Track. Look for tracks, and now we've got the tracks from last night. So I'm going to use a torch because we haven't got there's no sun coming out at this point in time. But as you can see, I'm going to put a little bit of a light across here just to cast a bit of a shadow on a lion track that came up, or a lion that came up here this or last night. As you can see, first things, the back pad. You can see the typical for lions. Got the typical 3 lobes. There we go, 3, and it's coming up there like this. I'm just going to quickly draw a little bit. It's not the greatest of drawings. So that's the back pad with those 3 lobes. And of course, you're going to have the one pug here, another one here, third one, and then the 4th one is going to be there. So of course, these lions came from last night, the Talamati breakaways. They came past the Gari Dam, and then they came up Gallego Gari Cut Line, heading north. So of course it is a World Lion Day today, so I'm going to try and follow up on them, see if we are going to get lucky. But how beautiful. This is one of the youngsters, just by the size. If it was the female, it would be much larger. I'm sure the female's tracks is here somewhere, but it seems like the young one's tracks on top of her tracks for the morning. But yeah, on that note, I think let's go and start moving north and let's see if we can find them. David, Wild Thing, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, it's World Lion Day, and I think it'll be fitting if we can find these lions. So let's go up Gari Cut Line. A bit worried about this area because the way they're going now is heading towards Biffle's Hook. And they might have crossed over already over the cut line itself. But yeah, let's try. You never know. You never know. Maybe they've cut a little bit into the easterly direction. If so, then they might have ended up there towards Biffle's Dam. So let's go and try and follow up on Lions, World Lions Day. As I say, it's quite fitting that at least we've got tracks already this morning. We can try and follow up on them and you know, celebrate these magnificent tawny cats. Oh, sorry, I'm just looking at something here. There's an impala that looks very much alert there. Oh no, it's not. Anyway, well, we're going to continue. Let's head over to Chris as he wants to say good morning.
Good morning. Lovely sunrise. Well, sun has risen. And I just took the time to listen out. If there are any lions calling, I did not hear any. It doesn't mean that they're not around. They don't call every day. And obviously our plan, hopefully today, is to find some lions somewhere on World Lion Day. My name is Chris Erasmus, and with me on CamOps is PK Uhuru. Right, how am I going to find lions? Right, firstly, I'm going to go straight north to the northern boundary. I will need to check the entire northern boundary if any lions have entered Pridens, because the last couple of days there were no single lion present on our property. After that, I'll check the eastern boundary. So that's my first thing, check the boundaries for any tracks incoming. From there, I'll zigzag through the property in east-west fashion, slowly making my way to the far southern corner, and then hoping that somehow we do see the tracks of lions. So we have our work cut out this morning, and I'm looking forward to it, since it's been rather challenging this last week or so. Mandy, who's from Tasmania, asking, is Africa and India the only places where lions still exist? Indeed. The only population outside of Africa is in the Gir Forest National Park in India, where there's roughly about 400 lions left of the Asiatic variety or subspecies of Panthera leo lions. But they used to occur historically throughout Africa, the Middle East, large portions of the Asian continent, and even parts of Europe. Well documented in history that they did in fact occur there. This was a very long time ago. But currently it's Africa, mostly sub-Saharan Africa, and a portion in India.
Not everyone gets excited to hear a leopard chuff, spot a pangolin, or see a real impala rut. But if you are wild about the wild, you can become part of a community of like-minded nature lovers and share authentic wildlife experiences with the world. Join the Explorers Club and you will also enjoy the many benefits that come with it too. WildEarth Explorers, it's in your nature.
For the impalas, it's not a sort of get out clause. It literally is just trying to pay attention. These guys are going to give the game away. They're always here on Sandy Patch, a nice open area, which is a really productive area for predators too. Did you know what, Cameron? Let's keep bumbling. This is a perfect time to be moving. And then you can slow it down. You don't want to miss this window. I'm going to loop around and see if we can see those cheetahs for everyone, but it needs to be very well managed today. Those cubs are young, 3-4 months I would say. Same as the Madikwe cheetahs, the Ashia females, little ones when I first met them. It's small. Okay, we're heading north, so let's see if we can spot those little spotted cats.
Good morning, and welcome to the northwestern province of South Africa on this Lion Day International. We haven't managed to find any lions today just yet, but we will do our best to find lions and whatever else the Madikwe Game Reserve has to offer here. My name is Jamez Hendrai. That is my winning Lion Fest smile. And on camera today we have got Johan, who was wrapped up very warmly because it's a chilly start, but probably not as chilly as it was yesterday. The sun is about to peep up over the mountains there in this rather interesting part of South Africa. Really, it's a reserve that is on the way to nowhere in particular, although it does fall on the old Mafeking Road. The Mafeking was really pretty famous in the Boer War, and I think there was a bit of Boer War action around here, or South African War action around here at the turn of the 20th century. But since then, it was used for agriculture, fairly badly, I think, hence the amount of sickle bush around the place. And in the early 90s, it became Marikwa Game Reserve. And it has gone from strength to strength since then. Its big selling point, I think, for many people is the fact that it does not lie in the disease area of the Lowveld. In other words, there is no malaria in this part of the world, which for many is a great attraction. Kabuki, you say a sunrise to start the day, the best way to start the day. It is a very good way to start the day. It would have been better to start the day with a large pride of lions, because it is International Lion Day. But we'll do our best to find some. Remember, keep talking to us during the course of the day. WildEarth.tv if you want to ask questions. Send us your comments on Twitter, on YouTube. You can try on Threads too, although I don't know how that works. I'm not even sure if Twitter's called Twitter anymore, or X, or whatever on earth our pal Elon has decided to call it today. Yeah, don't see any lions here. I'm hearing on the radio that there is some roaring somewhere on this reserve, but certainly nowhere near where we are. Anyway, we're going to head towards the north now, towards a waterhole that we tried to see in our first afternoon but didn't find. Yes, James Richard, we too are looking forward to the sights and sounds of the African bush. Let's be quiet for a second and I'll just see if we can't hear a couple of interesting birds. There's really not a lot of sound here because we haven't hit the springtime yet. There's a sparrow. Sounds like a white-browed scrub robin or a Kalahari scrub robin in the background. And finally, the Cape turtle dove. Thank goodness. All right, we're going to head towards the north. Let's go back to Brother Sedders, find out what's happening with him there at Djuma and on his quest to find the lions.
Thanks, Jaminio. All right, so I'm still trying to follow up on these lions, the Talamati breakaways. Just want to see exactly where they crossed. So yeah, I might not be looking into the camera too often now, because if I miss a track here, I'm trying to do some tracking. But if I miss a track, then I might be tracking a ghost at the end of the day, and that's not what I want. So I'm just, yeah, I'm hoping that we can do a little bit of tracking here. I'm looking very carefully. Buffaloes have come across here. Looks like the tracks might have turned a little bit more to the east, towards Buffelshoek Dam side, or Hyena Road. But I am just going very slowly, because this is the cut line. This is like the boundary road, the northern boundary road. I think that's the best thing to do now, is to look at these boundary roads. See if nothing's come across here. There is line tracks here, but I remember the Talamati breakaways came the other morning. Yesterday morning they came from Buffelshoek Dam, they went west, and now last night they came back east again, so yeah. I was doing a little bit of a snail pace here. I don't want to miss any tracks. Oh, that's good. I don't see anything else. I see a little bit of a fresh track there, but I'm not too sure. I'll have to double check, because this is one of the service roads here, cut line. No. Alright, just to take a look here. I think maybe they went into the drainage now. I might actually take a look at the Hyena Road is just there. So they went into the drainage line just east of Gurry cut line. As I said, I need to do some tracking, and just keeping my eyes open here. Sure, there's a lot of tracks here. These tracks are all gone back west. Alright, let's just go a little bit further. Alright, I'm going to go a little bit further west here, east here, just to take a look at this one, because a lot of tracks are going west here, but I think those are the tracks from yesterday morning, heading in towards Triple M, where we found them on that other service road on the western side of the property. Come on, lions, where are you? Make it easy for me this morning. But it's always nice trying to look for new tracks and fresh tracks.
Did you know that the WildEarth team makes weekly behind the safari content? Would you like to get to know the WildEarth family better? See how we live.
This is Igor's bedroom.
Learn about our production process. And see the antics that happen off camera. Sign up to be an explorer and you will get access to all this content and more.
Excuse me, everyone. There is a branch left on Aubrey's where they were last seen, but neither WildEarth vehicles are going to follow up on them this morning.
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks, Lauren. I'll go see if I can relocate it.
Good luck. I'm sorry about that, everyone. You know, we got sent lots of clips of different lions, prides and coalitions that we've seen over the years, and you will be seeing them, don't worry. And it just got me thinking, I spent all night thinking about the wonderful... I arrived in 2018. I arrived in a really pivotal time here in terms of lion dynamics. I arrived just after the Avoca Coalition arrived, who came from the sort of Timbavati side here. And looking at my photos, they're so scrawny and skinny, and they think they're dominant males, but really they're not. And it's amazing how they just sort of settled here, and they were incredibly successful. Naturally, what happened to Blondie and Darkmane was really sad, but the Avocas did well. We still have Mohawk. I don't think life is going to be easy for Mohawk at all right now. He's relying very much on the pride, but the Avoca Coalition for coming in without a fight. The Birmingham boys just left. They didn't have that challenge. They just came to open real estate. It was a vacuum. It was empty, and they thought, we're going to settle here. They had excellent, strong prides to attach onto, and they did it. They really did it. And I'll never forget those times, because they spent most of their time, if not every day, on Juma. Very much the Juma Coalition and Juma Pride at that time. The most wonderful sightings. And everyone always asks me, who's your favourite male lion? It's a really tough question, but I think if I had to choose, it would be Kapuli. Mr. Kapuli from the Masai Mara. Whew! That is some male lion. But I've been talking away about the Avocas, so let's take a look at that awesome coalition.
We first met the young Avoca males in 2018 as lanky, young males. They were nomadic, recently excluded from their natal territory and searching for a place of their own. The brothers were sired by males of the Timbavati area and were born to the Avoca Pride in mid-2013. When they arrived at Juma, they found a territorial vacuum. Erstwhile owners, the Birmingham boys, had simply upped and left to claim an area on the Sand River. So it was that the Avocas took the prime Juma real estate without a fight, a privilege not afforded many male lions. Once they'd established themselves, the Avoca brothers slowly split, with Darkmane spending all of his time with the Talamati Pride, while Blondie and Mohawk moved further south with the Unkahumas. Darkmane's tenure was nearly cut short by an altercation with a buffalo that left him with a permanent limp. He recovered and went on to sire a number of cubs with the Talamatis. Darkmane didn't live a long life, but it was a successful one. He held a territory alone for years, and his offspring hunt the woodlands of the Sabi Sand to this day.
So this is pretty perfect light for him this morning with the overcast weather. It's spreading the light evenly across his face so we can really nicely see the character on his face, the scarring, the age, and the darkness of his mane.
November 2022 sadly saw the death of the brothers Blondie and Darkmane. Blondie succumbed to tuberculosis. Darkmane was caught in the middle of an enraged buffalo herd that the Talamatis were hunting. His limp and some bad luck precluded his escape. He was tossed and trampled for nearly 15 minutes, the rest of the pride distracted by the angry buffalo. He miraculously survived the harrowing buffalo ordeal.
His muscles are going to be sore, his joints are going to be sore, his skeleton is sore. He's definitely got some fractures, breaks somewhere from the impact of those buffaloes.
But extensive injuries, both internal and external, took their toll, and Darkmane died 3 days after the buffalo fight. Darkmane's death left Mohawk as the only remaining northern Avoca male. Right now, this grizzled and storied lion holds sway over the Nkuhuma Pride. As it is for all male lions, especially old males holding territory on their own, Mohawk's days are numbered. But his and the other Avoca's legacies live on in the memories they created for us and the genes they left behind.
Well, that was a little treatise on the Avoca coalition of male lions. An interesting coalition, as I think I said there, managed to steam into the area, take it over without so much as a shot fired, and then lived relatively happy, successful lives for male lions. One of them is still going, of course, the other two dead, or as people generally like to say these days, passed. I don't know where they've passed to, but they have expired. And, you know, not long lives, but pretty average for male lions in the area. And I remember distinctly the very first day I met them, and it was we used to do a little sort of highlights show on a Sunday called Safari Lives, where we just went through the highlights from the characters for the week. And, excuse me, and they were lying around twin dams at Djuma, which is on the southern portions, and they really looked like nothing. They were kind of really scraggly looking teenager lions. And I thought, these guys are going to get chased out of here in the next 2 days and we'll never see them again. Well, I couldn't have been further from the truth. And then we had, for those of you who are perhaps new viewers, the naming of animals out here tends to be a fairly politically charged and emotionally charged process. And I've always enjoyed sort of poking that bear by suggesting outlandish names and seeing what people think. And it wasn't actually me who suggested this, but one viewer with a great sense of humor said, well, Avoca basically means avocado. I think it's in Spanish. So why don't we name them after after different varietals of avocados? We're just going past Madikwa Safari Lodge. That's what you can see here. And, well, the angry vitriol that we received for the suggestion that we should possibly name the Avoca males after avocado varietals was people like water.
Every cell that makes up the wonders of our natural history needs this life-sustaining molecule. Sometimes in tiny amounts, sometimes in torrents. Our blue planet, flush with biological wonders, would be a desolate, lifeless place without miraculous H2O.
Do apologize for losing James, but yes, I'm on Buffelshoek cut line, and yeah, it looks like those lions went straight north into Buffelshoek. Yeah, but that was the general direction. I think going that side is just to follow. Maybe the S8 male was calling in that area and they decided to go back into the north. That's alright, you never know what changes up this morning. And I think our next plan is to head to the western boundary, go and take a look around that side, see if we can maybe relocate on or locate on that female cheetah and the 3 youngsters. Or even look out for other lions. But talking about lions, because it is World Lion Day, And I'm thinking about my time here in the Northern Sabi Sands and a coalition that was formidable to me. The most formidable coalition was the Majingalans. Majingalans being 4 male lions taking over from the Mapojos. I think that was now when you're thinking about brothers standing together and standing strong, it was those 4 male lions. They would never ever leave each other's side. They were always just together. The bond was strong, and they really dominated this area. Then they went to the western Sabi Sands. Over time they decided to start moving their territory to the west, and they dominated the western area. So yeah, Majingalans to me personally, all the coalitions that I've seen coming through here in the Northern Sabi Sands was the Majingis. Sure. Even the Mapojos, look, the Mapojos being 2 male lions, and what they've done over their time as well. I mean, the Mapojos were just incredible. Mandy from Tasmania, yeah, look, I also think, look, a male lion's life is tough. It's tough, it's hard work. That's why always having brothers is very important. I'm just going to quickly wipe the lens. It is a bit of moisture in the air this morning. But yeah, their lives are very tough. I think at the end of the day, if you're looking at what they have to do, how they have to take over areas, and you know, if you don't have backing like the S8 male, like Mohawk now, you know, it can become even tougher. But yeah, at the end of the day, those males become even tougher than males that's with a coalition, because they have to look after themselves, defend for themselves. So yeah. Oh well, looks like those lion tracks have gone north. Let's continue, see what else we can find. No, at 10 years old. I think lions like all kinds of places. I don't think they're really too habitat specific. I think they enjoy anything. That's why you find them in grasslands, you find them in woodlands. So you find them practically all over. So they're not like leopards, more so they enjoy the cover of the dense vegetation. Yes, lions as well, but I always see them in open clearings. I mean, you saw last night, if you were watching the sunset safari yesterday, you would see that they just go into those open clearings and hunt. So I'm just listening out here. Just going to quickly wipe the lens again. Thanks, Gert. You got tracks here, Gert. Nice ones, eh? So Gert said he spotted some lion. Oh yeah. So it looks like the lions came back onto there's a cut line heading in a westerly direction now. I just want to look at this junction here quickly, just in case I didn't go north up here. Yeah. Straight. Wait, I don't know, it looks like I lost the tracks here quickly. Alright, well I'm going to continue tracking these lines. Oh, they went straight up here. Let's head over to James to see what's happening in Madikwe.
Now this is a classic sort of dry area into desert bird, and it is the white-browed sparrow weaver. And I just think that they are very appealing looking creatures, like a little bit like the scaly feathered finches we looked at yesterday. They look friendly. I don't know why they look friendly, but they do. And then we've had some on the ground there, the gorgeous, and I mean you can never get tired of looking at this bird, the crimson-breasted shrike, which interestingly occurs in a yellow morph as well. I've never seen that. That's a juvenile. You can see he's just a bit scruffy. Looks like he's been rolling about in the dust, but his feathers just haven't quite fully developed yet. And while you look at him, I'm going to look around, see if there aren't some others. I'm sorry you lost me during the middle of my treat hires on the Avoca males. I don't think you missed out on a great deal, though. And the white-browed sparrow weavers are the ones calling. Then, yeah, there we go. Nice one. Johan, that's their nest off towards the right. Very nice. Good. Well, as appealing as white-browed sparrow weavers are to all of you, and I'm sure that you're desperate to spend all day looking at this white-browed sparrow weaver adding to his nest, I'm going to send you over to Cedric, only because it is World Lion Day.
World Lion Day. Boom, shaka, laka. Yes, indeed. Sorry, I just got now very excited because it's World Lions Day, so it looks like we've got the Telemarty breakaways. I'm just trying to get through here. Trying my best here. Oh, it looks like they've got a lot of blood on them as well. So I think they might have had a kill somewhere inside. And maybe they got chased off by something, because it seems like they're on quite a mission to get away. Alright, you're right there, Gert. I don't know what to... okay, let's just stop here for now. Yeah, look at... But you can see a lot of blood on their faces, so they made a kill, but it just like their body language to me, with the ears pinned back like that and quickly coming back south again into Djuma. I've got a feeling they might have bumped into other lions in the north, yeah, in Buffelshoek. Yes! All right, let's go. I'm going to go this way. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Once again, it worked out. Perfect. Ow. Yeah, Nancy. Oh, this is fantastic. Wow, wow, wow. All right, get low range in. Let's go. Let's follow. Let's follow. Let's follow. But as I said, like the Telemarty breakaway, so it's the female with the 5 youngsters, the sub-adults. And it just seems like they're actually now moving straight south on quite a mission. Like they've actually got a fright of something or from something. I'm not too sure, but let's see.
Stay up to date with the latest happenings at WildEarth. Discover what goes on behind the scenes and get a weekly recap of the best moments on the channel.
He's got it! And he's straight up a tree!
Sign up to be an explorer and receive our newsletter written just for you and sent straight to your inbox every week. WildEarth Explorers, a club for people who are passionate about nature.
Thank you for joining us and have a fantastic morning.
experiencing the beauty and wonder of the African bush, but don't have months available for an extensive learning program? Look no further than Eco Training's 7 or 14-day EcoQuest course. Designed for those who yearn for a taste of the wild, this immersive program will give you an in-depth understanding of the African bush in as little as 7 days. You'll be guided by expert trainers who will lead you through the various ecosystems of Africa and teach you essential bush skills. Over the course of the program, you'll learn about animal behavior, tracking, and identification, as well as the intricacies of conservation and African cultures. With the guidance of your trainers, you'll have the opportunity to witness wild animals up close and personal in their natural habitats. You'll also have the opportunity to make new friends and create lasting connections with people from all over the world who share your passion for the wild. This course is the perfect way to gain a deep understanding of the African bush, even if you have limited time. Join Eco Training's 7 or 14-day EcoQuest course. Further your journey as a true bush enthusiast today.
Well, nothing to report yet. We are still crisscrossing the area, hoping for any lion track, because I've seen one lion in nearly 2 weeks. One young male, that's all I've seen. But we are not making any headway. But we're gonna keep trying. There were some impalas that were snorting. We're close to Leopard Dam. And there is a safari vehicle in front of us. There was apparently some impalas snorting around. And I'm just going to make way for them quickly. And I'm trying to figure out what it is. One of the operators informed us that they did hear some impalas alarming close by. And both vehicles are now just circling the dam. But at the moment, I don't see anything that alarms me. There's impalas, they're okay. There's impalas that way, they are fine. They are not alarming anymore. I don't know, maybe they've seen a warthog. Cheryl wants to know if I can tell from tracks if two different prides overlap. Cheryl, there's probably a way to do that. Remember that prides, okay, lion prides don't necessarily overlap. There is a small fringe area within their territories that can overlap. So you'd probably find it with most areas and most prides, but to tell that from tracks at the particular time, probably be quite a feat. Unless there's certain individuals in the track, I'm just talking about my tracking skill. You might find other more advanced trackers who can, but unless there's something specific in the tracks of a specific pride that you can say 100% this is that pride's tracks, you know, the problem there to use tracks is to identify the particular pride from the tracks, and it is possible. I have done that. But you have to study the area, you have to know the pride, you have to look for certain markers on tracks in order to identify that particular individuals in that pride. But there'll always be a slight overlap in home range or peripheral territory. Core territories usually, or the central parts of their territories usually don't overlap. Well, it sounds like Cedric managed to find the lions again. Lucky Cedric, let's head over and take a look.
Thanks, Chris. As you can see, the young male in frame at the moment. So I just spoke to another gentleman from one of the lodges now. He's got the older female, so somewhere the older female of this pride. And he says she came running past him, and now she's on the termite mound and also looking very nervous and very kind of, I can say, bamboozled. And the same as these five as well. When we saw them, they kind of came across Biffles or Cutline quickly with like almost like, how can I say, very stealthy and trying to get away from something. And I'm sure, as I said once again, I'm sure there was other lions that was in the north, and that's why they came back south again. All right, let's see if we can get in front here. All right, then we're going to quickly get in front here. Let's see. Maybe they will start contact calling these five youngsters. I'm sure they will start calling for the other female very soon. I'm trying to see where this other gentleman is. All right, I'm just going to park here. I'm going to park here. Let me just park here. I think they're going to come nicely in. Fine, like it. Just there's a pathway here. Yeah, but it's a bit of a pathway. I don't want to block that. I'm just going to park off here. Just keep this listening out. Renata, it can happen. Sometimes that can happen. But usually when they break away from their original pride, it's like they don't, they feel that there's too much pressure in the pride, or there's some new male that's come in and she's not accepting them, and she doesn't want to hang around anymore. So that's why they could also break away. But the chances of a pride that breaks away and creates their own pride, like the Mangenis, they used to be called the breakaway Chilolo pride, and sometimes they won't reunite with the original pride. So I'm just trying to take a look at, there's a branch, I think the females here. Oh yeah, sorry, thanks Gert, I didn't even see that. There's a hyena at the back. There's a hyena that's following the lines as well. Thanks, I didn't even see that. I'm too focused on where's the other female. Look, oh, the hyena's realized, no, I'm not gonna be part of this pride. Let me rather move away. Of course, these youngsters are all kind of just watching that hyena now push off, but they're not too phased about it. I think the hyena was just following them just to see, maybe we're lucky, can see if they're going to lead that hyena straight to a kill or something like that. But it's not hanging around. They're all taking notice. But now the older female of the pride now, she's not too far from us here now. I think I hear the other vehicle. In Nepali, yes, nice to have lions on World Lion Day. Beautiful. Nice to have these sub-adults. And we had them last night, this pride, of course, coming across the open clearing just south of the camp. See a little young male, can see the little chest hairs, you can see a little bit of a mane coming on the side of his head. They're still looking behind. I think they're still maybe just looking for that hyena, which is now moved away. Yeah, standing by?
Yeah, just relocated on this company as well.
Let's see where these ones are going to go. I think I'm sure sooner or later you'll find that these lions will start, the youngsters will start contact calling for the mom, the auntie. Not all of them belongs to that one female. There's 5, and a female can only have 4 cubs. apparently, I think the cheetah, there's also the cheetahs around here as well. But yeah, we're just going to see what's going to happen out here. Another guy just told me about the cheetah, the female with the 3 cubs.
Welcome to Africam, your window to Africa's wild spaces. Immerse yourself in the captivating sights and sounds of nature. With our high-definition cameras, you'll feel like you're right there, in the heart of the action, where every moment is a surprise waiting to unfold. Join our global community of wildlife enthusiasts as we witness nature's drama unfold in real time.
Now, if you would like to help us on our mission, there's another one straight in front of us, Johan, if that bush is in your way. If you'd like to help us on our mission, everybody, to connect the world with nature, please feel free to pop along to our website, wildearth.tv/donate, and we'd very much appreciate any help that you can give us. It's always lovely to have a contribution. And to those of you who have donated, thank you very much indeed. We're just going to have a drive-by here. Morning. Carry on. We're just waiting for this vehicle to drive past. We may even get a view of it. Hi. We'll just pan slowly to the left. There we go. Some eager and happy punters on safari here at Madikwe.
Could this drive get any better? I don't have lions, but I do have their enemy. Little June bug. And June. I haven't seen June in maybe 3 days now. But this is normal. Remember, the cubs have to learn that life of feast or famine. They can't get food every day. They can't get milk every day. Of course, for the first 2 weeks, or maybe the first 10 days, they do. That's why Ntima was always here. But after that, they have to learn that food is just not readily available on tap. As they grow into adulthood, food is not readily available unless they hunt or scavenge. So it's really normal for Mum to disappear for days on end so that she can get food. Oh, Junebug, I'm going to miss you. Now, Junebug's just a nickname, everyone, and it's a silly, cute nickname, and it's just stemmed from when June had Navella. And there were so many cubs around at that time, from Ngwazi, Shimbulu, Pumela, Pumelela's a cheetah, Pumela, Gingirika. There were so many cubs that we thought Navella didn't have her name at that point in time. We just called it Little Junebug. And it's just stuck. I think every cub that June has will be a Junebug. But it is just a nickname, a cute one. There is another hyena behind us. I haven't figured out who it is, and we haven't got a view of it, I'm afraid. But I will move in a little bit just to figure out who it is, because I'm trying to keep tabs on everyone. And I think that's me seeing all the dominant females now. Not at the den, no. I haven't seen Ribbon or Heart at the den. But Corky seems to be spending a lot of time here. Is she still matriarch? Is she not? We don't know. We can assume that she is. Or is Heart constantly with Swaz and Inzibele getting ready to take over? It's just so nice that the den is active. Coming here and it's not active just breaks my heart. Sir 50! I will miss hearing your name. You think it's wonderful to have a little male cub around? Of course! Of course it is. June normally gives birth to girls. A lot of her litters have been females. It's lovely to have this little boy who thinks he's so big and strong and guards the den. But he's actually just tiny and cute. And at about 3 years old, he's got a long way to go yet. His life will change, just like Ngwazi. Think of Ngwazi. We saw him the other night close to Baobab Dam. It's dispersal time. You can choose to stay with your natal clan, but really, it's not going to benefit you in the long run. It's best to disperse, unless you're the matriarch's son. Now remember, Ngwazi became the matriarch's son when Ribbon took over. But then when Ribbon fell from grace, lost her tail, and during that time, Ngwazi fell. Extremely beneficial for Ngwazi to disperse. He needs to find his new clan and become an immigrant male. And again, that's not easy. They won't treat you nice. They'll treat you like a stranger for a long time until you can prove yourself. So I think for a male hyena, it's tough. I also think for a female, it's tough. I mean, you've got to maintain that hierarchy. And if you're at the bottom, then you're at the bottom. Just got to constantly bow down to everyone, be submissive to everyone, only get the scraps of food. Everyone will bully you. And that's who Ribbon was when I first met her in 2018. She was the most miserable hyena. She had little Peddy at the time who didn't make it. And she just was not a happy hyena. But oh boy, how she changed. She blossomed. She took on a challenge. A big challenge, and that's why I will forever love Ribbon. She saw an opportunity and just went for it. It could have went so wrong, but it didn't. It went right, and she got to be the queen for a little while. I think she always knew deep down Corky would come back for the title, the throne, but she gave it her best shot. And you know, June's always just been that really stable hyena, haven't you, girl? Your ear flopped over in 2019, but she's always just quite stable. Never right at the top, never right at the bottom. She's a really solid hyena, literally and metaphorically. Got a lot of respect for June. Okay, I'm definitely going to stay here a little bit longer, but of course it's Lion Fest, so let's send you over to the lions.
Thanks, Lauren. You're still here with the Talamati breakaway sub-adults, the 5 of them. As you can see, they're all just resting. Apparently the mother, or you can call her the pride leader, she's not too far south from us, maybe about 30-40 meters into the bush. And you can see this one is a young male. Hello, good morning. And nice full bellies as well, so what a wonderful treat to see them with big bellies like this. So they were quite successful with a kill during the night, and we were watching our sunset safari yesterday. They were busy hunting and impalas on the big open clearing just south of our camp, but they were unsuccessful. But looks like they had more success during the night time. And a nice young female, one of the 2 females. He's just enjoying a bit of a relaxation there. And then there's a young male. You can see the little mohawk slowly but surely creeping on top of his head, going down his back, and there's a little bit of his little mane that's coming on the side. Now just listening out. So once again, as I said, I'm not too sure what happened in the north in Buffelshoek, but there was definitely a bump into other lions or something like that happened, because as I said, the other guide said that the old female, she came running past him here on Aubrey's when we just located on these 5 youngsters, and they were also quite on a mission trying to get away from that area. Yeah. And I was also talking about a cheetah. So the female cheetah and her 3 cubs were exactly here at the sighting this morning as well, but because it is World Lion Day, we are going to spend time with the 20 cats. Eddie from the USA, it's difficult to say. It all depends on the water holes and the areas, and each one is different. You can't say exactly. As I said, we got that Panthera program that we run. So we actually, mark all the lion prides down on that program, on the database, the coalitions, the male coalitions, of course, leopards. So anyway, let's go to Lauren.
We've just got a leopard hyena, Dane. I think it's Mowat. It's Mowat. Yeah, he's running. I think we had a view, but he's running. Let's just see if we can quickly... Mowati at the hyena den. That's not good news. Actually, Joy, I know. I don't know if we're going to get a view of him now. We had him, but he's running. I think it's Mowati. Just from the behavior and the shape of the body, it was a male. I'm going to get, but this block's really thick. Let's see if we can get over here without killing my cameraman. Why was Mowati at the hyena den? Yeah, sorry everyone, it was just not quick enough. I don't think we're going to be able to show you him. running once he saw us. Well, he's gone from the hyena den now, but that's where we saw him. I think Mawati's got a thing again. I think he's got something against hyenas. Yeah, I don't think we'll find him, everyone. He's not a cat that you can sort of catch up with. Wow, didn't expect that, I must say. We had to leave the hyena den. There's a lineup. Other people want to see them. Can you believe that? We will go back. The other hyena was Swazi, so Swazi's also at the den right now. Yeah, it's so thick here. Okay, we tried, but that's the update from our side. We're gonna send you guys back over to James with some elephants.
Well, we have found a Madikwe special, aka the bright red elephant. Please excuse the buzzing noise. That is that is our Starlink receiver that is searching for Elon's satellites, clearly. Seems to be working. That's pretty good. Anyway, he's had a good dust bath and a mud bath sometime, probably yesterday. I doubt he's bothered to do it now because it's a little chilly for him. It is still quite cool, although the sun is out, and a beautiful day has ensued here at Madikwe. Many of these elephants come from the Addo Elephant National Park, which is down in the Eastern Cape, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, certainly part of the original founder population here were Addo elephants, and it's why you find quite a few tuskless females in this area. A common trait of the Eastern Cape Addo elephants. Lovely how they sort of float above this spiky sea of bushes, isn't it? Indeed, Jamie, you say Madikwe, the land of Ellies. There certainly are a lot of Ellies. Just learning more and more about the history of this reserve. It is in fact a provincial park, so it was declared so by the government in 1994, and it's a little bit like the Western Kruger in that private land has been incorporated into it, which is quite nice. But what is really nice about this whole reserve is that there are 60,000 hectares over which everybody can drive, which means that you don't have these boundaries like you have in the Sabi Sands, for example.
Chatting around a fire is an ancient practice that has connected humanity for centuries, and we want to keep it alive in our modern age. As an explorer, you'll have access to intimate gatherings with our naturalists, fascinating guests, and experts where we share knowledge, insights, and stories around a crackling fire. Rediscover the power of connection. Sign up to be an explorer today and experience the magic of WildEarth's Fireside Chats.
I'm slightly put out by the fact that these elephants won't turn around and face us. But you know what? We do have a good ability here to check check the difference between the zebra bottom and the elephant bottom. And yeah, no, this is exactly what we're going to do. While James Richard tells us that although it's not a lion, you can't ever go wrong with an elephant, he is of course correct. But I mean, that is a saggy bum. It really is. It does not have anything like the appeal that a zebra's bottom has. And this particular elephant, I think, is quite aged, and that's why his spine is sticking out like that, which makes his hanging bottom look even more hangy. Now, don't get me wrong, elephants are magnificent. I love them deeply. That's just their least appealing feature, in my opinion.
Yay! Looks like they have all reunited now. Of course, as you can see, the older female is with her 5 youngsters, the 5 sub-adults. So they're all very happy. They're all climbing on top of each other. She's grooming them. You can see the blood on their face. And so you can just see that they have had a bit of a meal this morning. Oh, look at that one is busy licking the blood off mom's face or auntie's face. Oh, World Lion Day, and we've got lions. Isn't this fantastic? I am so jabula. Jabula. Meaning happy. It looks like they've all had a nice meal, so I'm not too sure. Maybe like a young kudu or something like that. Thank you so much, Jumo Safari Girl. Yes, as I said, like yesterday, I think tracking you gotta put a bit of work, into tracking these cats down, because if you don't, you're not gonna get them. And just to find the direction and just the perseverance and that, and at least at the end of the day, you get a sighting like this now. And I love it. And especially, it's so fitting for a day like this, as I'll state again, it's World Lion Day, and to celebrate these beautiful tawny cats. Such a close bond between the members, as you can see. Grooming each other. Ella grooming is such an important thing. It is to make sure that the bond between each individual is strong. She's really done well. Crown lapwing is busy shouting above us here. Not happy with these lions being around. That's what I always say as well. Early in the morning, once you get out early in the morning here in the reserves, you always try and track down, especially the lions, as soon as possible, because sooner or later, once the sun starts coming up and starts heating up, you'll find that they will start becoming a little bit more docile and come and rest under a tree or in some kind of shady area. I think that's exactly like this Telemati breakaways now. They have decided to take a little bit of a rest now in this shady spot. I don't think they're going to go north, because I don't know what's happened north. They maybe had an encounter with some other lions. Kabuki, yes, I'm not going to say that word, but yes, it is time for relaxation with these lion, with this lion pride. Don't want any red cards, and yeah, so always lying right next to each other. Not like the one is lying in another shady spot. They always try and like lie on top of each other. And especially now, early morning like this, when there's still a little bit of blood on their neck and all that from the kill. Trying to, with that rough tongue, trying to lick as much blood off their coats and clean them up. Clean themselves up nicely for the morning. It was quite surprising last night just to see these 5 sub-adults actually assisting the older female with the hunt. So they knew exactly what they were doing. You know, they started to kind of spreading out and see if they can get a typical ambush style. Maybe the female could have pushed those zebras into them, or impala into one of them, and they could at least tackle that prey down. Or vice versa, they could actually spook that prey into it running towards the older female. So ever ambush style. Now I'd love to know what they killed during the night, because just to see what kind of animal, see if it's something substantial. MJ from New York, oh yes, she's done so well. That's what she reminds me a lot of, certain lionesses. As I said, I take my hat off for this female, really do, because she's showing them how to hunt, she's showing them the area, she's just kind of taken all of them under her paw, and you know, and really managed this pride pretty well for now. And I'm holding thumbs that the youngsters really get to adulthood, especially out of the 5. As I say, there's 2 females and 3 males. And once these 2 females get to 3.5, 4 years old, you know, then they can go into heat for the first time. And then, you know, if there's new males coming into the area, they're not under threat then. You know, then they're not going to be threatened by the new males, because then new boys can actually start copulating with them. And you're going to have a pride of 3 females, which is good. 3 boys, of course, they'll sooner or later, when they get to like 4 years old, they get pushed out of the pride. And they'll join each other as a coalition, and they'll try and get a territory of their own one day. Never know where. Sometimes they can move very far from this area, looking for a nice little void, nice little area for a takeover. But for now, they are a happy family. Look at that young male, look at that face.
Hi, my name is Claire. WildEarth has been part of this home for many years, as it connects us to the bush and the culture that we love and miss so much. I became an explorer so that other people around the world can get to experience the African bush in this unique way as well. I am beyond excited that I was drawn to win the prize at Ambakala Game Reserve for 3 nights. It is truly a dream come true.
Sign up today and you could be the one experiencing it for yourself.
Yeah, right. We're just with a couple of zebra. There's some more here, but I wanted to move because there's some buffalo up ahead. A couple of bulls. Stop just now. Let's just move like that. We can take a look at these buffalo. Right. Been a challenging morning out here. There we go. Old buffalo bulls. And for those who've just joined us, you are with us live on this Sunrise Safaris on Safari Live. And we are on Pridelands Conservancy, which is close to a town called Hoedspruit. And we have some buffalo. And they are just happily grazing on this very crisp, cool morning. Lovely, Chris. Morning. Been challenging out here this morning. Hi, everybody. For those who just joined, my name is Chris. And with me on camera ops is a person by the name of BK Uhuru. He is my partner in crime. And as I said, got some buffalo. Quite challenging this morning. We're looking for lions. Have not had any luck yet. But we've got buffalo, which is also one of the big five. And sometimes the food of lions. And remember, this is a live and interactive experience. So send us questions and comments. And you can do that on our app or on the website, but you need to register in order for us to receive your questions and comments. Also joining us in our other locations, Juma, Cedric and Lauren, Madikwe, James. And also just a quick breakdown of what we've had so far. Obviously, we had some buffalo. And Cedric had a Pride Alliance called the Talamati Breakaways. And Lauren spent some time with the hyena, especially a character by the name of Ruben. And we also suspect she might have had Mulwati at the hyena den again. And Mulwati is a very large male leopard around in Juma, notoriously for raiding the hyena dens. And then James and Maduke had some elephants and zebras. And James was also chatting about which animal has the nicest bums in the bush. My vote is warthog. Old buffalo bulls. So these buffalo bulls break away from the main herds. The reason being it's usually either young bulls that are not yet able to compete with the stronger males in the herd for mating rights, or older bulls which are past their prime and no longer wishes to move with the herd, and they stick around in these bachelor groups. Karen from the UK, glad you appreciate watching these animals. You can still see from the grass that still quite a bit of wind around this morning. Sort of the last remnants of the cold front. I do see other buffaloes to our left, but they're in the woods. We're not going to frame them up. I think it's that group of 5 bulls that's been lingering around our camp in the last couple of days. These old boys are the one creature that you don't want to make angry. Good morning, Elizabeth. No, warthogs definitely have the cutest tails. Quite comical creatures. Especially when they run and they pick up those little tails like an aerial. See, that's typically where buffaloes like to graze, is this medium length of grass. Well, it's been a challenging morning out here. I'm glad we managed to eventually get something of profile. Good old buffalo bull. And thanks for all the comments and questions and so forth. We do appreciate it and we love the support. And therefore we also want to acknowledge our biggest fans. So once a week, we'll be putting up a question for our viewers, and this will be based on what happened during that week on the drives. Every week it will be a different naturalist who poses the question. And our next question of this initiative called Fan of the Month, the next question will be on the 11th of August on the Sunset Safari. So just make sure not to miss out on that. Oh, I'm going to continue to look for lion tracks. But Cedric is still with the lions at Djuma, so let's go over and take a look.
All right, looks like these lions have now just moved off. I'm trying to see if we can get another spot here, so just be patient. I'm going to have to go, yeah, I'll have to do this. See if I can get around here. They've gone to a termite mound. Let's see. But yes, on the 12th of this month, in other words in 2 days' time, there will be an AMA, and Ask Me Anything, just straight after our Sunset Safari. And it's all about lion fests, and so you're more than welcome to ask me anything on that AMA. That's of course the 12th, 2 days time, just after the Sunset Safari. Ooh, that we'll have to try. I'll have to go in here. There's no other way. Yeah, I know. So I'll have to go around that way. Let's see. This is going to be a little bit trickier now. Let's see. This thing's going to whip me in my face. No, not the nose today, please. I've already broken my nose 4 times in my life. I don't need a 5th time. All right, let's see. All right, we'll have to go right around. All right, well, let's first go down to Durban, and then we'll make our way back to Mpumalanga afterwards. Yep. Unfortunately, we don't have sometimes in the bush. We have to create our own little pathway here. Now I'm going to go in. Okay, I just want to get off this log there. Alright, there it is. Alright, now we've got a nice family portrait. All laying against this termite mound in the shade. I think this is exactly where they're going to spend the rest of the day. To warm up. And they are going to sleep. Full bellies, eyes closed, and that is their job for the day. Look at that. That one doesn't have like the older female's tummy's flat, so she didn't have much to eat. Looks like she, more like the youngsters got more than she did. You can see her now, look at her tummy. Not full. She had blood on her face, so she had something like small. The rest of the kill to the 5 youngsters. There's one young one missing. I think it's still lying there by itself. Strays, the Nkumas were yesterday in Hofpan south of Djuma. No one had their tracks coming north. I've got a feeling they might have bumped into the Mbali pride. That's my, I can say, take on this whole situation. I think maybe the Mbali pride, because Mbali pride also hangs around in Buffelshoek, Manileti side, so that is very possible. But as I say, I'm not too sure. It could have been maybe other males. It could have been 2 rogue males that came in, or 3 rogue males that came in and stole the kill from them and gave them quite a scare, and that's why they came straight south. So, but that's all speculation. I will try and follow up on that during the course of today to see if I can get more information on what has happened in the north.
Those sounds just go straight through you.
to become a skilled safari guide, traversing the African bush and encountering wild animals up close. Whether you're a retiree, a recent graduate, or a professional seeking a change, the 55-day eco-training program is for you. This comprehensive course will provide you with an unparalleled opportunity to gain expertise in every aspect of the African bush. With the coaching of experienced training guides, you'll embark on an unforgettable adventure that will give you a deep understanding of wildlife, conservation, and African cultures. Over the course of the program, you'll learn essential skills such as animal tracking, bird identification, and bush survival techniques. But the benefits of this rigorous training go far beyond technical knowledge. You'll also form close bonds with fellow nature enthusiasts and conservationists from around the world, creating a global network of like-minded individuals. Your days will be filled with excitement and wonder as you observe animals in their natural habitats and explore the diverse landscapes of Africa. Return home with newfound knowledge, a qualification, unforgettable memories, and a sense of accomplishment that will last a lifetime.
So the lions, well, I don't think we're going to get much more out of these lions for now. You can see they are now very much settled down. I just hear another vehicle. I think they want to come into a sighting. I forgot to put my radio on. I think it's... The lions will still rest most of the day, of course conserving that energy for the night time. So now we'll try and rest, unless there's something that happens. Maybe buffaloes come through here, or elephants chasing them off, or other lions. But other than that, I don't think they're going to do too much. But if something has chased them from the north, they will continue coming south onto Djuma this evening. And so there's another vehicle that's just coming in here at the moment. Miriam, yeah, the white lions, but those cystic lions, of course the white lions, I know that there's the ones up there with the Birmingham Pride. I think they've got that young cub, a little white cub. They're not albinos, just cystic. In other words, they do not have a dark pigmentation. So there's a nice white male lion in the Kruger, close to Satara area. And they call him Casper the friendly ghost. Because he's nice and white, and he's been seen quite often now. So those white lion genes are still hanging around. She's just like, no, well, she's had a full, her belly's nice. It looks like she's had something to eat. As you can see, a nice little bulge. Get in here, another vehicle. Isabella, yeah, the Telemati breakaways or the Telemati Pride was originally from the Nkuhumas, and it was a breakaway from the Nkuhumas. I think that happened many years ago. I'm not too sure exactly the date of that, but they were part of the Nkuhumas, and then they broke away and became the Telematis. Always just double check on that. They broke away from the Nkuhuma Pride. I think it was 2008. Well, while talking about the Nkuhumas, let's go and take a look at a beautiful clip all about the Nkuhuma lions.
In the woodlands of Djuma and the northern Sabi Sand lives a pride with a taste for buffalo.
Look, 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 look. The rest of the pride needs to come in as well and help this female. Now, this is what I was saying about lions and buffalo. It's absolute pandemonium.
The Nkuhumas have a storied history of upheaval and change that we have been privileged to watch over the years. The arrival of the 5 Birmingham boys in the winter of 2015, followed by the drought of the following summer, was a difficult time for the pride. The new males killed a number of tiny cubs before siring their own offspring. Many of these, however, succumbed to white muscle disease caused by the consumption of malnourished buffalo. They also found themselves afflicted with mange. WildEarth has followed the Nkuhumas for many years, and during that time we have grown to love them. 2 of the most loved and recognizable lionesses were Purple Eye and Amber Eyes. Purple Eye was characterized by her injured purple right eye, fluffy chin, and pink nose with large spots. Purple Eye had cubs born to both the Birminghams and their successors, the Avoca males. Her last 3 male cubs still move frequently in the company of Mohawk, the last remaining Avoca. Born in 2012 and named after the deep burnt orange tones of her gaze, Amber Eyes was an intimidating presence in the pride. Sadly, her story was a somewhat tragic one. She bore 4 litters, but only managed to raise 2 cubs to adulthood. That, however, didn't stop her from being a doting aunt to all the other Nkuhuma cubs. In 2021, Amber Eyes broke away from the pride and migrated to the central parts of the Sabi Sand on the Sand River. It's not clear why she split from the Nkuhumas. Perhaps it was pressure from marauding males, or perhaps there was a territory vacuum. In November 2022, Amber Eyes mated with a Plains Camp male and bore 2 cubs. Sadly, the mother and her cubs died of their wounds sustained during a fight with the Mungan pride. The Nkuhumas have overcome disease, drought, marauding males, and countless upheavals. This famous group of lions is recovering and has recently returned to the Djuma area, once the core of its territory. We can't wait to see what the future has in store for this iconic pride.
Yeah, so check another area. An area that we've been working has not produced any sign of lion. Since it is Lion Fest, that is our goal. So I'm going to take a look at a different area that I've not been to this morning, and that's hopefully we will be finding something in the form of a lion print. We'll give it a shot and see. We need to check every available space that we've got. And I see that there's not any vehicle tracks here at the moment, which means nobody's checked it. So you never know, maybe, just maybe, this is where the lions have been hiding. I actually like it when it's like this. Bit of a challenge, you know. If it was easy to find them, it would not have been fun. Got a roadblock. Right. Just hold on. I'm just going to quickly remove this with my superhuman strength. A red bushwallow that's been pushed over by elephants. Go. That's a small one. That one's easy. Right, continue. Lion. Oh, Lawrence found another cat. Something different though. Let's go and take a look.
Oh, it's been some morning, let me tell you. Panic stations at the hyena den, and then now we've got Mama Cheetah and our 3 little mantoines. Our 3 little Cheetos. They are watching Impala, and we're in a bit of a tricky signal spot, so we're just going to make it work. And I've purposely positioned this way not to block their view of Impala. I think the young ones have kind of forgot about the Impala, but I'm pretty sure Mom was keeping her eye on them. And just to recap, some of you mentioned Mowati was actually at that exact hyena den not so long ago. Oh, I'm not liking where this is going. I'm really not. They all got up as if to chase him. So just after we went off air, we came across June, Swaz, and Indabele. The 3 of them were following his scent. The adults were chasing him away. But it's not a good situation. But this is a wonderful situation. They are very close to the northern cut line, which means if they continue walking north, they're going to be into Buffelshoek and they'll be out of Djuma. But for now, wow, wow, wow. We're celebrating lions, but we've had lion, leopard, and cheetah. That's the trifecta from Djuma. Oh, we just didn't get Mowati on camera. It's very rare to get the trifecta from Djuma. Rosemary, I know. Yay, Cheetah and her little Cheetos. Just makes me feel like I'm back in Madikwe for a minute. I know I'm not, but I've also seen Ribbon this morning, so I really feel like I have been incredibly lucky. And we've got lions on the property. Lions, leopard, and cheetah. Everything's happening all at once. This is just the cutest.
Do you love relaxing at a waterhole with the sights and sounds of Africa all around you? Well, we have some really exciting news for you. From August 1st, Africam is joining forces with WildEarth to bring the majesty of Africa right into your living room with 9 incredible new waterhole cameras from across South Africa and Kenya. Get ready to embark on a new journey. This is Live at the Waterhole.
There's something just so fat and squishy about cheetah cubs' faces. They're so round. They've got the roundest moon face. We've got people waiting on the boundary line to see them, and they've just gone flat on Juma. James, Richard. I'm so happy too. I'm so happy to hear from you, and I'm so happy that we've managed to get the cheetah. It's been really quite the morning. As soon as I turned out of camp and saw Ribbon, I thought, oh, it's going to be a good morning. And you'll often hear, oh, cheetah can't survive in this sort of area in the woodlands of the low veld, but they can. They do prefer open areas, but they can survive here. It's not the perfect habitat for them, but it's still a habitat they can utilize. And these cheetahs are really moving through the thick areas. Slightly different behavior from Madikwe, for example. It's just remarkable to see them. They are moving north, everyone. They're moving into a property called Bufosuk. And we may not have them this afternoon, but I think it's wonderful that they're still here this morning. It is a thick area, so it makes it a little bit trickier for them to hunt, but they can still hunt. They can still survive in the woodlands. This is not sort of savanna habitat. It's classified as woodland. And they'll just adapt to different habitat. So this mom will behave a little bit more differently from the Ashia female. They'll navigate a little bit differently. But they've barely seen in the open areas. They're constantly in the blocks. Roshan, I know, Mama Cheetah's doing a great job. Think of all the hyenas. Think of all the spotties. Think of all the leopards, the lions. The lions are not too far away, by the way. I don't believe Cedric's too far away from me. Oh. Okay, they're up. They're going towards the impala. I'll have to move now, I'm afraid, and I know it's a tricky area, so I don't want to sort of drop our signal, but hopefully we can keep up with them. I think Mum's gone after the impala. Okay, we're gonna follow, and you guys are gonna head back over to those tawny cats.
Wow, wow, wow. Loads of cats on Juma this morning. Cheetahs, lions. Or at least Lawrence cheetah is a little bit more active than the Talamati breakaway pride. I'm going to try and listen out, but the female is snoring again, exactly like yesterday afternoon. Let's see if we can hear her. Hear it. Renate, sorry, we're just trying to listen to I was asking Gwen if they can hear the lion snoring. But yeah, Renate, Not really, unless they urinate or they defecate, then you can definitely pick up on the smell of the lion. But other than that, like, you know, if I'm walking past here without them doing that, then I would not even know that they're around here. Even if the wind is blowing even downwind from the lions, I would not even smell them at all. So no. It's not really like buffaloes you can pick up. You know, buffaloes, elephants, even a hippopotamus, a terrapin. Those things, yes, they stink, but you know, they smell, not stink, but they smell. There's a distinctive smell to them. But lions, unless, as I said, if they defecate, the scat, oof, yeah, you'll know very quickly that the lion made a number 2. But yeah, this female is snoring away. She is, I think, such hard work looking after these 5 youngsters. Okay, thanks. We try to see if we can pick up on the snoring using the microphone there, but it looks like we can hear it. But yeah, typical that. And the same as yesterday afternoon, she was snoring away. But yeah, hard work. Hard work for her. Oh. And nice in the shade on this termite mound, perfect for them. Now I think it's a nice little spot for the day. If she has to really get up, and if there's something coming close by, I'm sure she'll get her head up, maybe even go on top of the mound. Well, yeah, we're talking about you. Yeah, you were snoring. She's quickly taking a look around. It's like, did anybody hear me snoring? It would be nice just to see the S8 male, the dominant male, to be with them. Oh, Blue Jay Fly, thank you so much. Really do appreciate your comment there. Try to be as kind as possible. It is so warming just to sit with a pride of lions once again. I think it's, for me now, the entire drive yesterday afternoon and almost the entire drive this morning, just sitting with this pride and overlooking their behavior and each individual, and I've been enjoying every little bit of it. I think last night was quite an eye-opener for me with this pride, actually seeing these 2-year-olds assisting the older female in a hunt. I would have loved to be where, whatever they brought down during the night or this morning, I would have loved to be there just to take a look at their strategy and what they did on bringing that animal down. Was it just her, or was it also the 5 youngsters that helped her once again? But it is a very important time of their lives. Being at the 2 years old, this age, you know, it's not about being cubs anymore. Now it's becoming adults. They have to start learning how to stalk, how to bring down an animal, how to suffocate their prey. What they need to watch out for. I don't know if she's going to go north tonight. I mean, after whatever they encountered that side. Annalie, is Juma named after a lion? Annalie, I'm not too sure. I don't think so, no. I know that Juma is got a lion logo, but is it Juma? It's the roar of the lion. Roar. Oh, so thank you, Kat. Yeah, Kat told me it's a roar of the lion. So, Juma. Yeah, maybe that's thank. But anyway, you got to have a laugh. Anyway, yeah. So Juma is a roar of a lion. I did not even know that. So something new for me. Thanks, Gert. And I've been in the north for 13 years now, and I didn't even know that Jimma was named after a Royal Alliance. So there it is. New things every day.
We love all the support, we read all the comments, and now we want to acknowledge our biggest fans. Do you know when Ribbon was seen last? Or the names of June's cubs? Do you remember the last time we were up close and personal with an elephant? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you are in for a treat. WildEarth's Fan of the Month. We are looking for you. For more details, make sure to read our monthly mailer and keep an eye out on our social media pages. WildEarth, it's in your nature.
It's all settled down here. The impala were very suspicious. But I don't know if they saw the cheetah or it was a hyena. It was a hyena here. I'm pretty sure it was in Gwazi. This is exactly where I had in Gwazi the other night, Ribbon's son. But they're still watching. Exactly the same as a leopard with regards to they're panicked. The impalas are alarm calling. Let that all die down. Let them forget. Let them go back to grazing. And then make your move. But there's pressure on this mum. She's got 3 little Cheetos to feed. And at this age, they'll be hungry. They go into meat very quickly, quicker than the other cats. Even quicker than hyenas. We're gonna need food to keep them going. Even under all that fluff, they are small. It's been so wonderful having them around. If they do go north, there are a lot more open areas up in Buffelshoek. Djuma's quite dense with not too many open areas. They may be more suitable for them up that side. Get a lot of cheetahs in Buffelshoek. She's still watching the impala. I can't see them from here, but she can. I think it was the hyena in Gwazi that caused all the chaos. He came running to investigate what's going on, and I think that's what really upset the impala. Look at how fuzzy they are. Their spots are not fully visible or formed yet. Still just fuzzy. It's honestly so exciting having them on Duma. In all my time here, I don't believe we've ever had cheetah cubs. I've had cheetah, quarantine, cheetah cutline, sandy patch, we have had them. I don't believe we've had cubs. Not to my knowledge. Sub-adults, yes. Not small little fluff balls. I often find cheetahs don't get enough credit. They're so remarkable and people still call them the lesser cat. Ugh, I will never say that. They've got their own little niche, their own little sort of way that they fit in to this landscape out here. And it's not easy. The population of spotties is very high. And I obviously love the spotties very much, but it's not necessarily good for a hyena who's trying to raise, for a cheetah who's trying to raise cubs. Gabriel, I'm not sure what you mean by is it possible in terms of what? It's definitely possible. There are plenty of den sites on Duma. Also a high predator density, but in the entire Sabi Sand there's a high predator density in terms of lions, leopards and the spotties. So it's definitely possible, but whether it is the ideal habitat for that cheetah, I'm not sure. It's difficult for any animal really to raise their young here. If you think of all the things that have happened, the litters that Kalamba's lost, even those cubs that she raised almost to adults that she lost, the amount of hyenas that we've lost, lion cubs that we've lost, that's just how it goes out here. The more predators you have, the more losses you will have. So it's definitely possible, Gabriel. Is it likely? Maybe not. But they've moved through here. They cut in from the southwestern corner. They came all the way up north to the very northwestern corner of the reserve. And I'm pretty sure the vulture and eagle that we found right at the end of drive yesterday morning, if any of you were watching, were coming for the remains of their kill. I think they just killed there. And then they walked out of the block and Cedric bumped into them. I think that's why the vulture and eagle were there. They might stay here all day. We could be lucky. We're very close to the fire break, so I'm thinking not. And remember, females do float, especially when they've got cubs. They sort of adopt that floating tactic. Float in amongst different males' territories. So she will move with the resources. Ah, well done, Cameron. That's where the other one is hiding. I was like, what is Cameron trying to show us here? But it is a cheetah. Well done. Well, I think it's safe to say I'm going to stay here a little bit longer, but you guys are going to head over to Chris with some elephants.
Right, finally got some elephants as well. And also with the elephants, I've seen there's some really funny clouds as well coming in. This was summer, I would have said that looks like rain coming. Yeah, I can hear an elephant behind us moving quite fast. So we'll just keep checking. No need for you to go there, big game, it's right behind us.
Alright.
I'll just keep an eye on it. Might be one of those young troublemakers. Yeah, this looks like a troublemaker. I'm going to have to talk to this guy. Just to our right.
Okay.
You can check, look, but don't touch. Yeah, that's good, my boy. No. We're good friends, eh? It's when they get this close when you realize how big they are. I have a stick. Here it is. Yeah, keep eating. That's good. You're a good man. Now he's going to have a toilet break right next to us. Happy elephant. Diana says it's amazing seeing him this close. Yeah, well, man, that's 1-2 meters. How about that? A lot of people will question. They say, isn't this dangerous? No, not at all. Look at him. Picking up his head. That's okay. That's showing some annoyance, but that's play. It's a young elephant bull. He's not angry at us. That's all play. That's all it is. A 45-year-old bull that does that, take it more serious. They didn't even start my vehicle. No need. The key there is to know when to act. That's the key. They're slowly moving off now. Can't really go after them here. Kabuki is loving the elephants. I'm sure everybody else as well. They're pretty much gone now. But that was very nice. That was very, very cool. I enjoyed that. I'm sure everybody is in agreement. And that was really a very nice sighting. What a thick red bush willow thicket that they're in at the moment. And Amanda's also saying it's the favorite thing to do. Sitting with elephants. Mine too. You just hear these Bongos and starlings vocalizing there in the background.
Welcome to Africam, your window to Africa's wild spaces. Immerse yourself in the captivating sights and sounds of nature. With our high-definition cameras, you'll feel like you're right there in the heart of the action, where every moment is a surprise waiting to unfold. Join our global community of wildlife enthusiasts as we witness nature's drama unfold in real time.
Mama's up. I love the cubs at this age. You just copy Mom. Mom stands up, they stand up. Mom looks left, they look left. It's very cute to watch, but that's part of the learning process. Very, very much part of the learning process for these little ones. Oh, no, we're going back down. Are you going to flop back down, little one, too? Stand by, everyone. Yours, do you copy? So I'm just trying to help navigate. I think I possibly have no signal on my game drive radio. Everyone wants to see these little cheetahs. Of course they do. Yep. We're all going flat. Maybe they're going to be in Juma this afternoon after all. And it's amazing the way all of these mammalian predators, the top predators that we think of when we say the word predators, ebb and flow around each other. Constantly. The lions are not too far away. Cheetahs are here. There'll probably be a leopard somewhere nearby, if not more than one. It's just coexisting. They're all very familiar with one another. even although they have different superpowers, I like to call it, different unique specializations, different sort of habitat requirements, maybe even different prey requirements. But at the end of the day, they all coexist in this landscape. And every day they're all skirting around one another. That was us at the hyena den, and Mowati was just mere meters away. I don't know if he had any intent of being there, but they're always moving around one another. Heather, you don't want the cheetahs to go, I know. Me neither. I would love them to stay around. Yours, do you copy? No luck. Yeah, I hope they stay around too. And this is a nice area for them to stay around. We're right just south of a dam called Baobab Dam. And there's lots of open areas around there. Water is plentiful, but it's also dense enough for them to hide. Always impala here. This is where we had the jackal the other night. It's where we had Ngwazi. It's a very productive area. Other people are probably trying to call me on the radio, but what to do? Our radios barely work these days. Smoke signals, it has to be. I'm going to try one more time, everyone, excuse me. Yours, do you copy? Looks like that's a no. And just like leopards, they will have many failed attempts. Many failed attempts. They'll keep trying to hunt, fail. Joe, that's an interesting point. It looks like all the cats came out for World Lion Day. Whether they're celebrating lions, I don't know about that. Well, they have all come out, Mowati. Even the hyenas. Swazi, Ndebele, Ribbon, Spirit, and June. And Junebug. And in the cheetah family. All on World Lion Day. Definitely something ironic about that. It looks like they're just going to rest. Although they're diurnal animals. Primarily diurnal. They will rest during the day. If you think about Pumalela and her Sabado, she's got a new litter now in Amakala. They're over on the Carnarvondale side, which is completely fenced off. It's separate from the sort of main Amakala side. And they are the apex predator. They are at the top. There are aardwolf that roams that sort of area, brown hyena, but still the cheetahs are at the top. So they've sort of shifted their daily movements because they don't have to worry about avoiding lions, avoiding leopards, avoiding spotted hyenas. They don't have to worry about that. So they're very relaxed in their hunting. Sometimes they will hunt at night, sometimes they'll hunt during the day. But in areas like where we are right now, it's very pressurized. So they need to make sure their movements sort of ensure that they avoid those nocturnal activities. I would imagine this slot are very much primarily diurnal. Elizabeth, I often think of that, the strength to be a mama. And one of the rules out here as being an actor, do not mess with a mama. Whether it's a lioness or an elephant, buffalo, mamas are the most dangerous animals of all because they will do everything they can to protect their young. And I often get asked, who do you think is the best, or which animal do you think are the best mothers? And that's such a difficult question to answer, because although we think, oh, lions or leopards,
once, they dominated the earth. Now, they are frequently despised, persecuted, and hounded. Reptiles and amphibians play a hugely important role in our planet's ecology. They represent an evolutionary memory. A reminder of our own fragility. That the Anthropocene is surely a blink of evolutionary time. They may no longer dominate, but reptiles and amphibians remain a crucial and fascinating cog in the Earth's biological systems.
I apologize for losing Lauren there. I think she's in a very bad signal area, but it's all right. I'm now heading south. Just going a little bit south here. I just wanted to, just double checking on this one road called Zoe's, just to see if any of the leopards didn't come across during the night here. But so far, no luck, no tracks, nothing like that. But I'm sure this afternoon we'll go and follow up on those lions once again. I did leave them, as I said, they are very flat. There was no only movement I had there was the older female that was snoring quite a bit this morning. Yeah, good old snore. Snore, the paw that snore. Paw snore. Alright, alrighty then. The sun is out, it's getting a little bit warm, but it's still a very cool breeze. It must be a cold front somewhere. But anyway, while we're going to continue down Zoe's, let's head over to Lauren. And she's still got that cheetah.
sorry about earlier. The mysteries of signal, who knows? Who understands? But I think I was talking about, I often get asked which animals are the best mothers. And we often choose animals like elephants, lions, maybe cheetah, maybe hyenas, because we can see that maternal instinct, we can see the maternal investment, and we can really relate to it. But I think we forget about all the other organisms. I truly believe that every organism does whatever they can to be the best mother. Parental investment, that's another topic. But when it comes to maternal investment, every organism does what they can. Even if that's just building a robust nest. Or maybe it's like a crocodile, laying a clutch in the soil, waiting for that clutch to hatch, keeping your eye on it, keeping your ears on it, and when they hatch into little tiny crocodile hatchlings, putting them in your mouth and delivering them to the water. And even if that's it, maybe that's all that organism can do that's best for their survival. Maybe it's best not to have your mother around. Maybe it's best if you're small and you can just hide on your own. Maybe it's best to be stashed in a den for 6 months. Maybe it's best, like an impala, just to hit the ground running, get up and just follow the herd. Every organism has a unique way of survival. And that may differ between habitats or geographic locations, but at the end of the day, I really believe female animals do whatever they can for their offspring. I think it's such a fascinating topic, actually. We often go deep into that on Mother's Day, but obviously we can visually see what the cheetah is doing. We can visually see what June and Ntima are doing, Kalamba was doing, the lions are doing, especially the Talamati breakaways. They are all relying on that one lioness. She is their core, she is their center, she is their survival.
Are you yearning for a private virtual WildEarth safari adventure with our naturalists and crew? We have got you covered. Sign up to be an explorer before the 15th of August and you could win a private safari experience. Make lifelong wildlife memories with either Steve,
Thank you for joining us and have a fantastic morning.
or Cedric. WildEarth, it's in your nature.
And often on Father's Day, we celebrate the father role, the male role in the animal kingdom. And again, it's very fascinating because although we love to say gender is not applicable to the animal kingdom. It's very much a human term regarding our society. So when you're looking at the animal kingdom, you need to use the word sex, male or female. But you'd be surprised at how fluid those boundaries actually are. If you read that book I always recommend by Lucy Cook, can't say the name, unfortunately, it's a fantastic book and it's all about the role of the female in the animal kingdom. And wow, you read that and you will really learn, it will blow your mind. And it obviously touches on males as well, both are important. But the lines are very blurred. It's not as clear cut as you would think. I'm only halfway through that book and I just love it. And one of the main species that she focuses on is lions. They were the pivotal species that made her realize how research is key to understanding females.
Couple of zebras. Seem to be quite a number of zebra around. Not hundreds, but there's at least 4 or 5 herds around at the moment, all over Pride Lands, and which is great. It's nice to have zebra around. Maybe that will prompt lions to move into the area, which they are not at the moment. We have nearly driven every single road, did not find any evidence of lions at all. And they'll return. It's just part of their natural, I won't say cycle, but their natural sort of movements. Sometimes they're around and sometimes they aren't. The thing is, we as humans confine ourselves to borders, and so do the lions. They also have a home range / territory. The only thing is that their territories are often much bigger than the areas we have access to in the safari industry. So everywhere where I have worked, I've experienced this, where they do move out of your area of operation. But that again paves the way to appreciate something like the zebras. There's an impala snorting, and I don't think it's an alarm call. Very wary in this type of terrain. Oh, that is a lovely shot.
Thank you.
I've often seen that when you're parked and close to impala for long periods, they tend to think as a predator, because why would the vehicle watch impala for so long? Hi there, Brandy. It's asking if we ever get zebras without stripes. Randy, I've not seen any zebra without stripes. I suppose it's possible to get either an albino zebra. It's theoretically possible. Probably recorded somewhere. Or leucistic, where they're 100% white, but you'll probably then still see faint stripes. Like I said, it's not something I've witnessed, but albinism and leucism, definitely possible. And I'm sure there's been records of it somewhere. There's an extinct subspecies of this zebra called the quagga that used to roam the Cape in the 1600s. And they only had stripes on the front quarter, so sort of like chest and upwards to the head. So from behind the shoulders back towards the body, very few, if no, stripes. And at the time it was thought it was a different type of animal, and it was named quagga, even had a different scientific name, Equus quagga. But fortunately, there were 1 or 2 skins preserved in museums, and DNA tests done on those confirmed that these were in fact Burchell's zebra, but a subspecies that have roamed the Cape area. Although they were almost void of stripes, and only the front quarter, the front, the chest, the mane and the face had stripes. Or Laura Moore loves the pattern on the one on screen. Very interesting patterns. And on that note, it is like a fingerprint. You know, each and every zebra has a distinct pattern, like our fingerprint.
Attention all lion enthusiasts. In honor of World Lion Day, WildEarth is hosting a Lion Fest Ask Me Anything. Cedric will be answering all of your questions about lions. Join us in celebrating the mighty kings of the safari on 12 August. Don't miss out. Watch it live. WildEarth, it's in your nature.
But as we can see, where we are now, it is bushveld, woodland savanna, where these guys are based at the moment. It's on the fringe of a small plain, open area rather than a plain. But so yes, we consider them as plains animals, although they are equally at home in wooded areas, but not forests. Yeah, nice way to head into the later stages of this safari with some zebra.
Ah, what a morning. All the animals out to celebrate Lion Fest. I wish I'd started talking about maternal sort of instincts in the animal kingdom a little bit earlier, but the role of the female is utterly fascinating, just in the animal kingdom. And I'm just going to read a little bit from this book for you. It does say, what does it mean to be female? Mother, carer, the weaker sex. Think again. Our perception of the animal kingdom has been warped by centuries of sexist thinking. But in the last few decades, a revolution has been brewing in zoology and evolutionary biology. Unbelievable. Because at the end of the day, what's one of the most important things in the animal kingdom? Reproduction. So when it comes to scientific stories about sex, sexual identity, sexuality in the animal kingdom, it's really important. It's really important we understand these animals, how they reproduce, and have the correct perception about them. And Lucy Cook really puts lionesses on the map. Really, they are the ones that transformed her thinking. Does it mean the females are the weaker sex? Or does in fact it mean that they are actually the strongest? Oh, Kabuki, thank you. It's very exciting. All I wanted was to see Ribbon. I actually sent Darby a message and said, Darby, you'll never believe who was waiting outside camp for me. And he said, who? I said, Ribbon. And he just laughed because I've been wanting to see her all month. And there she was with Spirit. I think she's just keeping herself a bit removed. She's used to being a low-ranking female. And there's another animal where the role of the female has sort of evolved into very unique features of the spotted hyena. Very interesting case study. So she is still part of the clan, don't worry, but I do think Ribbon is pretty much at the bottom, just with Intima and the rest of her offspring. So I think she just keeps herself to herself. And that's why we're possibly not seeing her at the Dane so much. But all in all, fantastic morning. It makes up for all the quiet mornings, that's for sure. And don't forget, it doesn't end here, everyone. Although the sunrise safari is coming to an end, we have live at the waterhole starting as soon as this drive finishes. So you can keep watching YouTube and you can go live at the waterholes. We have many different waterholes all around Africa to actually watch and see what's happening. But yes, it was my last sunrise. It's a very special occasion all in all. And I think, well, the animals really came out to say goodbye. Not sure how I feel about Mulwati at the hyena den, but at least he didn't do anything. And some of you said I was secretly chasing him away. I wasn't, but he left, that's for sure. But on that note, everyone stay tuned for Live at the Waterhole. And then, of course, we will be out for our sunset bumble. Both Cedric and I. And it will be my last drive. And I want to enjoy it with all of you. And I most likely will be at the hyena den. But hey ho, let's see what happens. We have all the animals on the property. But thank you everyone for jumping on board. All your comments and questions, we really appreciate it. But until then, have a great day. Bye for now.